Hello again, this is BGFH. Welcome back to Illegally Sighted and this completed tour, or the tour of the completed Crater Lake, the Tower City. This is the third video in the series, and so far I've shown you the overall outside of the village, the streets and the park, and outside in general. And then in the last video I showed you City Hall, the updated kind of tweaked version of that. And now I'm going to walk you guys through the apartment complex. So we're in the middle of the street here, and we can take two entrances. I can walk in through the pedestrian entrance, or I can walk in through the sort of garage area. The garage area here is just, we've got a few like parking stalls, and since they've added horses, I think Jawbreaker did maybe put, I don't see him anymore. Let's see. I think he put a couple of horses in here at one point. Maybe they're not in here anymore. But yeah, I know. So you got your little parking ramp or parking garage thing there. But I want to walk you through the pedestrian entrance because I think it looks cooler. So you got these rose bushes here, whole bunch of roses on either side, or in the middle, and then you can walk around. And there's benches on either end, so you can walk around and sit down outside while you're waiting for somebody or waiting to be buzzed in or whatever it is. You walk in back here and you have the walk-in entrance to the garage parking area, and you have your rental office, your landlord office here. So over here we've got our main desk, reception, got our little area for like, brochures or whatever in the middle. Got some benches here, a couple tables, so if you need to do some paperwork and some leases or whatever it is, meet with anybody. You got a few different things there you can sit at. Another little bench there. So that is the front office. And out back, if you don't want to go to the actual full park, there's just a small little area. Maybe you want to sit outside and have some lunch. Maybe it's really nice out and you just want to enjoy the weather outside. You got a couple tables here, couple trees. You got a roof overhead, so you're not, when it's raining like it is now, you can still stay dry and look at the water and whatnot. Not much of a view, unfortunately, when you're lower level and you're in a crater with the waterfalls are all around it. Probably not much of a view, but whatever. That's one thing I didn't mention in the first video, is that in addition to the crater, Jawbreaker had played with the idea of having, there's little walls all the way around all around the circle on the inside that'll stop it, but there's waterfalls that start up from the surrounding. There's basically lake water all around, like three sides of this crater, except for where the main hub stadium building is. So you got this big river or lake, ocean, whatever you want to call it. You got that area there, and it just flows into this cool like waterfall thing all around it. So hopefully this place doesn't flood. So we will head back inside, and right by the rental office we start walking up the stairs. And believe it or not, that was actually one of the trickier things to figure out. In all of these buildings, we don't have the really advanced mechanical stuff in vanilla Minecraft without any mods. Yeah, you can do redstone things, but the amount of space needed to do any sort of minor circuitry is crazy, and so it really wouldn't work unless you made everything like ginormous size, and the scale wouldn't look right. So I did everything with staircases, and it was really, the hardest part was trying to figure out, I didn't want to do the same sort of blueprint, the same sort of floor plan type of thing for each building. So coming up with how are we going to get around these buildings and get up to all these floors and make things look different enough and still functional, it was kind of an interesting challenge along the way. So now each floor, we've got a few different floor plans. And again, I figured out one floor, figured out a plan that I liked, And I just built it all the way up and just made subtle variations on each apartment. So when you walk up on this, you're walking up the stairs, and on the right hand side you got an apartment here. So on this side you've got, this is your you've got a 1-bedroom apartment, just a small 1-bedroom. You got your kitchenette area here, you've got your dining area, you got a small little couchy living room area thing. You got your 1-bedroom over here, and you have your small one, your bathroom here with a shower. I didn't do bathtubs because, as I said, even to get water to work right, you really need a lot of space for that to work right, and it just does not look right unless you have a whole bunch of space to work with. So we're going to loop back around the stairs here, and this floor there's a lot of wooden. Again, I vary the materials that I built things out of, as far as like some are carpeted and they're all different colors, some are wooden. And again, I started, everything was a lot flatter, like the ceilings here, when I built this building originally, and maybe when I originally showed it to you. And again, I went back, and once I started getting my building styles down, I went back and I said, well, let's make these look different. So I used sandstone half slabs to kind of, so the lights still stick down and they look kind of realistic there. And then you have the little staircase to kind of give you like the accent all around the ceiling. So like I said, just little things like that make it not quite so bland, not quite so flat looking. So going back and making all these changes. So these are just all along this wall. I'm not really going to go through in detail all of these, but all these 3 apartments are pretty much identical, maybe slightly different living rooms or layouts. Maybe you got the bookshelf in a different place, or you know, maybe I did the kitchen table a little bit differently. But other than that, that's about it. So now that we're down this hallway, each floor also has a large 2-bedroom apartment. So you walk in this one, and you've got your actual kitchen area here with a little bar, kind of a little, you know, like a bar-ish area here. You got your kitchen in there, a lot bigger than the other one was. And if you go, when you turn into the apartment and you turn to the left, and then on the left side of the hallway, you've got a bigger bathroom, much bigger, more spacious there. And then you have your one of your bedrooms right here. We've got your dresser, chest, you've got your bed, and you've got a desk in there. And you have your big living area here, so you've got a nice little couch over there. You've got your living area here, another little couch corner area, and then you have your other bedroom right here. So you've got a nice, what the hell? Somebody must have been griefing my place, because I don't know how the heck that got in there. I'm like, why are there leaves in my bedroom? Okay, we'll get rid of those. So yeah, we've got our big bedroom here. We got our 2 bedrooms. And one thing that has helped all these buildings is, like I said, in the park, in the video where I was talking about the park, they added these carpet blocks. And before, you had to use full blocks of just wool, which were full actual size blocks. Now you can just use them as a cover. And when you're using the full blocks, the lighting in Minecraft is really weird. And while I talk about it, I'll just walk you through some of the other apartments and the floor plans. So over down this hallway here, we've got, I believe these are 1-bedroom, but they're larger. Yeah, let me just look here just to make sure that I'm telling it. Yeah, so these are just 1-bedroom apartments. But, oh yeah, I was talking about carpeting. When you didn't have carpet and you just had full blocks of wool, the lighting in Minecraft is just, can be frustrating at times, just because of the way how far light travels and how it travels. Like, you notice where these doors are, they're a little bit lower. Those are the actual wool blocks. So what I actually did to really brighten all these rooms up, I went back and I made the glowstone, which you see in the ceiling here, for the floor, and then I put carpet over them. So you can't see the glowstone, but the light shines through it still, so it's much, much brighter. Go back, and I want to say in the first video where I showed you, or earlier on in the channel, I showed you a tour of these apartments in an earlier form. And yeah, you had the light up here, and like I said, I didn't have this better ceiling, but everything was so much darker. It looked decent, but it didn't pop. It really didn't pop that well, and it just was a lot darker than I really wanted it to be. So these type of apartments, you've got a little bit bigger kitchens, not quite as big as the 2-bedroom there. You got your little bigger bathroom. The bedrooms are decent size. Oh, this one's actually okay. This one's a 2-bedroom. And like I said, I would vary up the color of carpeting. I would play with the floor plan a little bit, and depending on where they were in the building, it would, you know, how many windows they had, pictures, decorations. I suppose one thing I could do is maybe I could go back and add some flower pots in some of these apartments, maybe, to decorate them and vary them up a little bit even more. This one, I believe, is only, yeah, this one's only a 1-bedroom. So I kind of varied that. Some of these are 1-bedroom, and some of these I've made just 2 smaller bedrooms. So I just took with these different floor plans and ran with them. And I won't go into as much detail as we go up the floors because, like I said, an apartment is an apartment is apartment. You know, I mean, you've seen one, you learn a few different floor plans, and you've kind of seen them all. Your little kitchenette area here, we're back in some 1-bedroom areas. And here's an example of the carpet blocks. So to kind of make it look like a tablecloth, I just use carpeting for the top of the table. So I could do any kind of color carpeting, but that's what the flat carpet blocks look like. Yeah, so like on top of these, I could put some flower pots or something there. So like I said, there's little minor things that I could add, but it's not, and I might do that, but I'm not going to justify probably making more videos. I'm going to treat this series that I'm working on right now as kind of the overall final tour of this city, so you won't have to keep watching it again. But like I said, I just want to show you the completed version. So all of these on the left-hand side of the main hallway, all these are just going to be the one, you know, the 1-bedroom floor plans you kind of saw on the first floor, except they were wooden floors. Across the hall here, you've got here's your large 2-bedroom apartment. You got your big kind of kitchenette thing. Got your bathroom on the left, 1 big bedroom here on the right. Then you walk through the living area. And again, just trying to do different color patterns and mix things up a little bit so that everything doesn't look quite so monotonous. Add some paintings. I could go back and add some flowers and stuff like that. Oh, not that door. There we go. And then we go down this hallway. Again, we've got 2 apartments on the right, 1 on the left here because this big apartment over there is part of the 2-bedroom one. So this one is a 1-bedroom, yeah. Very big living areas. So it, like I said, if you were looking at residency in this city, you could kind of have a pretty good pick of, you know, what do I want? Do I want a couple of bedrooms? Do I want a bigger bedroom? Do I want a larger living quarters? You know, just general living room area, that kind of thing. So you have some nice choices for floor plans. Big 1-bedroom there. And this one is another 1-bedroom. So again, just a little bit different, subtle living room patterns and little variations here and there. But like I said, an apartment is an apartment. There's really not a whole lot you can do creatively if you're just building a basically a bunch of little boxes in a big box, basically. It's just about artistic style at that point then, and what you can, you know, how you want to decorate and what kind of stuff you want to have in your apartments. I think we got one more floor. Or, okay, yeah, that's right, I just came up this floor. Because, like I said, they're already getting kind of monotonous to me. They're starting to look the same. I just remembered that I just walked up this floor. So, bathroom there. You still notice there's a little bit of lighting issues in the corners there. You see the way the lighting works. You get the little dark corner. They should be just regular sandstone, but it's, again, it's a weird Minecraft lighting issue that they have sort of fixed. So this one doesn't even have a bedroom. This is just like a, yeah, here's a little living area. Here's the quarters, living quarters. You got a little bit bigger area. Just, you know, again, just trying to play with little patterns and different floor plans based on the same overall layout. Oh, this one's kind of neat. I forgot about this one. Yeah, this one we just got a small kitchenette. They don't care about cooking much. They just want to have more living area, and got your big bathroom, your big bedroom, and they like blue and white, which I actually kind of like that. Another bedroom there. Yeah, that is another level. We'll just quick head down this hallway here. I promise, don't give up on these videos if these are a little bit more boring. I mean, hopefully it'll give you at least some building ideas. If you are looking at building your own houses or building your own like buildings and apartments or hotels or whatever it is you want to build in Minecraft, if you're building residencies like this, resident buildings, hopefully this will maybe give you a little bit of, you know, a couple of ideas here and there. But I promise you, that's why I'm getting some of these more early buildings that I built. Part of it was that I built it early. But part of it is, like I said, there's only so much you can do making an apartment building. I did go back and fix the ceilings to spice things up more. I added the carpet, the glowy glowstone carpet, to make things look better that way. Not quite so dingy. So, oh Jesus, there's still one more floor above this. Alright, so this one, like I said, I'll just kind of pop in and out. I'm not going to show you like hugely detailed here, because you get the idea. But just to show you, you know, like you see a lot of the, here's another wooden one. You see a lot of videos where they've made a really epic looking outside, and I love the way some of those videos look, because the creative, even a lot of what I do looks completely terrible compared to some of the videos and creative work that I've watched on YouTube so far. I mean, there's people that have done stuff that, given all the time in the world, I probably wouldn't be that creative and that intricate and whatever. But for for what I'm trying to do, my level, I'm proud of it. I like it. But a lot of these videos I see, they have these epic outsides, but then they're just the buildings themselves. They look nice on the outside, but they're just shells. So my big thing is, I'm getting better at the exterior designs, but I think my big deal is, once I have the building created, just working from nothing and coming up with an internal floor plan and seeing how I can make really detailed interiors. I like doing that, especially for more kind of unique buildings. And like I said, when we get into the last couple of videos, when we get into the left side, the hospital, the courthouse, and the like hotel casino thing, those buildings are sweet. I can't wait to show those off. So I thank you for watching these videos, for sticking with me. Okay, now we're on the top floor. We're almost done, you guys. So again, we're just going through these general floor plans. You've noticed some subtle differences here and there. Some have bedrooms. Some are just kind of, a little more open. Oh, okay, yeah. So here's what I was talking about, where they were flat. And I thought about changing these, and I probably still could. The problem is, to make it look better on the outside, I put a whole bunch of gravel on top. And gravel is one of those things that is actually affected by gravity. So if I were to chunk out one of these stones here, oh, it just becomes a tedious nightmare mess of like, okay, you got to get rid of all the gravel because it falls in, and then you got to put up your sandstone. And I just said, you know what? Screw it for now. I forgot that I didn't change the top floor. But I mean, look at this. So it's flatter, and the floor looks better, when they have carpet on them. But like, just having this, everything's all flat. There's no extra like dimension to it. There's not a lot of three-dimensional stuff to it, and it just doesn't look as good. And I think just having those little half slabs and using the kind of staircase, thing around the outside just looks so much better. So here we've got the glowy carpet, but we still have the flat ceiling, and you see how much, at least to me, how it doesn't look quite as good. There's just not as much dimension up there. So again, that's just something that I've gotten a little better at over time. So there you go. Another big old apartment. Another big old apartment. I'm just kind of peeking in these last couple here for you. There we go. Another big old apartment. Similar thing. Yeah, the roofs and that, they just don't look near as good. Wow. So let me go down one level here real quick. We're going to wrap up this video here in just a minute. But when I go into back, so now I go up here, look at how much better that looks. Just that extra little dimensionality, the little extra three-dimensionness to it. It just to me, that just looks infinitely better. A little different color. You got the half slab, but the light sticks down like it is actually lower than the ceiling, which in most cases it is. So it just, yeah, little things like that just make it look so much better. But as I was saying earlier, just like I said, thank you for sticking through some of these couple earlier buildings. I know they're probably not the most exciting, but you can still at least see that like a lot of work has gone into them. And, like I said, I don't want to just have these interior shells or just these kind of half-baked, like, well, yeah, this is sort of what it would be like. I kind of tend to obsess over all these little crazy things of like, I want it to look good, but I want it to be kind of like functional, like if I was walking through the world or somebody new who was playing the game was walking through my world, can they identify just by looking at it, and given the limitations of like what blocks you have to work with in Minecraft, yeah, can people identify and easily be able to tell what something is? So this building is pretty fun. I'm gonna do that one, not next time, but pretty soon. The next building I'm gonna show you is the school. And so that is the apartment complex. We've gotten through 2 buildings so far, and we've got a few to go. And I promise you, like I said, as we go, the buildings are going to get much cooler. So hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please stick around. And until next time, I will talk to you guys again later.